So before I came to Sleep Science Academy, I think I had tried just about everything to sleep. I'm a healthcare provider, and so my main, mission is to try to fix these kinds of things and help people. So I'd gone down all the medication routes, and I am more of a natural healthcare provider, so I've gone down all of the supplemental routes. Tried a lot of different kinds of things that really weren't helping me. Even some really like heavy duty sleep medications, I wasn't able to get to sleep. And what I didn't get was what was in my way of sleeping. I think that the other things I tried didn't work for me because my issues weren't really around I needed something to knock me out to go to sleep. My issues were around understanding what I was doing, how I was in the way of myself, and what, my anxiety, how I thought about sleep, all the reels that I had running in my head about how important sleep was and how, critical it was that I got it right and all those things. I didn't understand that those were the things that were stopping me from sleeping, and that's what this really helped me do. Before I joined Sleep Science Academy, my sleep was really stressful. I didn't know if I was going to fall asleep, and I didn't know how much sleep I was going to get. And if I woke up, I was pretty sure I wasn't going to go back to sleep. So I was getting anywhere from 3 to 4 or 5 hours a night. And it was at the part about like going to bed was so stressful for me. So it was just this thing that I hated. And I was really, every time it got to towards time to go to sleep, you know, I was sensing the anxiety and frustration. And it was just something I really didn't like at all. After joining Sleep Science Academy, my sleep now is pretty predictable. I can fall asleep. I usually fall asleep within anywhere from like 5 to 10 minutes of laying down. I have some routines I do, but I'm not married to those routines. It's not I'm not stressed about falling asleep, and I sleep pretty well into the night. If I wake up now, I can go back to sleep where I couldn't do that before. So I'm getting some pretty solid sleep, and it's making change. My personal life, my work life, everything is better because I'm more well rested, and I can count on myself to get to sleep. Um, so for me, I think I I really dug into the modules when I first started. So for me, it took only just a couple of days to start sleeping better and really going through and understanding all the things I was doing, getting in my own way. I started falling asleep better almost from like, the second or third day of trying it. And then it took maybe a couple of weeks after that, but things started really getting, better overall within about 2, 3 weeks. My experience working with Sleep Science Academy was awesome. I feel like it was really well worth the investment that I made in Sleep Science Academy. The coaching was really great. The modules, everything is like paced at a point where you can kind of start absorbing materials and start using it right away to help yourself sleep better. So I had a terrific experience. So improving my sleep has done a lot for me in my personal life, in my professional life. I'm a lot more relaxed. My professional life, I'm a healthcare provider, so I'm able to really be there for my patients and have the energy to, throughout the day, because I'm always, I'm giving to my patients all day long, and that requires a big effort on my side. But I'd say the other thing that I understood after Sleep Science Academy is that I could have a bad night, I could have maybe 2 bad nights, and I can still actually perform really well at work and in my personal life. It's not something, if I don't get a good night of sleep, it's not something that's gonna, really crash me in the rest of my life. And so I think understanding that was really huge too, because you're not always going to sleep perfectly. I would say this program is designed for anybody who is struggling with sleep, anybody who's struggling with anxiety. I mean, anyone who's struggling with just, life changes, situations where they're having difficulty sleeping. And it's like kind of, for me, it's oozed out into all different parts of my life. And I've gotten some great referrals for good books and things like that I've read that have just improved so many aspects of my life. So I think it's probably good for anybody. Um, for someone just starting out on their journey to solving their sleep, the main thing that I would say is, trust the process. Because I think in the beginning, I really, as a healthcare provider, I wanted to figure it all out like really quickly and just like kind of going through the modules and working with them. If you're stressed, dive into those and um, really take advantage of everything that's there because there's a lot of information there to digest. And so, but just know that it's gonna work out. And I think that's, my coach told me that very early on, and that really helped.